In the early morning of February 24, 2022, a nation of some 44 million people came under siege when Russian warplanes began firing missiles across Ukraine. Evacuations were swift and immediate as many families fled, some with a modest bag of personal items, others with only the clothes on their backs. These are the stories of their hope under siege.
A democratic country has been invaded by its nuclear-armed neighbor.
Residents are waking up to scenes like this.
The Russian onslaught unrelenting. No one and nowhere appears to be safe.
Ukraine, the second largest country in Europe after Russia. According to UNESCO, it is one of the world's most educated societies, with 83% of its citizens having received college and higher education. Ukraine is a nation rich in wonderful people and a well-preserved culture. Its beautiful and diverse landscapes are a sight to behold. But in 1986, Ukraine made global headlines after the infamous nuclear disaster in Chernobyl. And in recent weeks, it has once again made international news with Russia's assault on its civilian population.
It is a full-scale attack, forcing Ukrainians to decide whether to flee or to fight.
This time, it is not limited to an accident or a single incident. It is a humanitarian crisis for the ages, as families escape from their bombed cities in search of safety. The impact on fleeing families, especially the world's most precious commodity, children, may not be fully understood until many years from now. Jesus said, "Let the little children come to me, and do not forbid them, for of such is the kingdom of heaven." 14% of Ukraine's population are children, 14 years and younger. You can imagine that they are much like any other kid who wants to be safe in the care of a loving parent, protected from harm and danger. In situations like this, Jesus wants us all to come to Him, but especially the weak, the vulnerable, the children. It is the church's responsibility to be the hands and feet and hugs of Jesus, to offer shelter in the time of storm, to show true religion, undefiled, by caring for the least of us, by caring for children. From day one, when Russian missiles hit various parts of Ukraine, including the capital, Kyiv, the Adventist Church, with partnerships between ADRA and Hope Channel International, along with teams of volunteers, mobilized, responding to the commission of Jesus to offer bread to the hungry, clothes to those who were not appropriately dressed for the frigid temperatures, and shelter.
Da, am văzut foarte mulți copii care aveau niște jucării și doar jucării aveau, nici nu știau care e partea cu războiul și erau foarte emoționați sau doamne care plângeau.
Spre dimineață, când veneau ultimii refugiați, o doamnă cu 2 copii după ea, un copilaj de 7 luni în brațe, a intrat destul de speriat așa în centru, mă uitam pe fața ei, nu știa ce se întâmplă, ce o așteaptă aici. Am observat cum mergea destul de greu, a urcat scările, am condus-o până la cameră. Când aproape să intre în cameră, n-a mai avut putere să-și țină copilașul în brațe și l-a dat în brațe celui care era lângă dumneaei și pur și simplu s-a prăbușit pe o canapea în hol, nici n-a mai avut putere să intre în cameră. Astăzi am întâlnit-o și am discutat cu dumneaei. Era recunoscătoare lui Dumnezeu că a ajuns aici. Nu e adventistă, dar mulțumea lui Dumnezeu și a spus este un loc extraordinar și ceea ce faceți ne-a încălzit sufletul.
Зараз ми знаходимося біля Дому молитви, це Голосіївська, 57, де утворений такий координаційний штаб по допомозі по евакуації. Також тут є місце збору для тих людей, які хочуть евакуюватися. Це здебільшого діти, потім жінки з дітьми, багатодітні родини.
Within the first 3 weeks, the UN has projected 2 million refugees having fled Ukraine. The stories are coming from all over: Romania, Hungary, Poland. Serhiy, the vice principal of finance at the Ukrainian Adventist Theological Institute, tells the harrowing story of traveling for 18 to 20 hours without his family, including some who had to stay behind, hiding in a basement. Nevertheless, his hope shining through in the midst of terror.
Ти залишаєш просто без всякого переживання. Кажу, їдеш із службової квартири на чужій машині в одній перемінній одежі. Ну, але приїхав сюди, і Бог все одно благословляє, і є все це, і десь там, одним словом. Бог сьогодні дуже гарно, наш Корещук на ранковому служінні говорив в суботу. Він каже, він підкреслює цю думку, каже, що Бог може зберегти тебе і від вогню, і у огню. Каже, 30 років нас Бог беріг Україну нашу від вогню, а тепер він каже, друзі, а тепер я буду берегти тебе у вогні.
Jesus tells us, "Whoever welcomes one such child in my name welcomes me." The scenes are heartbreaking, but God's welcoming embrace is there. In the relief worker pouring a hot drink, in the pastor opening the church for shelter, and in the men and women using their resources to move people to safety. This is a time for prayer, a time for action, for it is under siege that hope shines brightest. Jesus tells us, "Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me." If you would like to learn ways to get involved, please visit hopetv.org/hopeinaction. Thank you.